Technically, it was recording through the
visuals.
Oh,
Could they hear us through that?
Yes, they could. I might cut that in and then cut it to the real this audio now, so it's just like this difference.
Just dub it over in English.
Because we weren't speaking English. We were speaking something else.
I want to do your voice. You do his voice.
Not this guy.
You do my voice.
Omaewa.
Audio desu.
Oh.
Yeah. Or dashiwa. Audio desu. That's the other one.
Ooh. I know zero Japanese. Just kidding. I know one phrase. I'm not going to do it.
What is it? Now I'm trying to...
Shingeki no Kyojin.
Yeah, that's right. The title for
Attack on Titan.
Yep.
It's not actually like words though. It's just words. It's not a phrase. It's just words.
Yeah. It means something else. I don't think it means Attack on Titan. Or maybe it does mean Attack on Titan.
Who knows?
Yeah. By the way, if something feels different, probably nothing.
Where are we?
Oh
my God.
It's okay. You're safe. You're at home, honey. It's fine.
That's right. Okay.
You're at home. Where the hell am I?
Oh, we're not in Kansas anymore.
No, we actually split screen really well. You can't tell.
Yeah. That's how good technology is. We're actually all AI. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
Down to AI. Boo.
This is how they're going to shoot the next Parent Trap.
Oh, jeez. They need to stop.
James Cameron is actually working on it.
Of course.
He's got too many avatars to worry about.
He's going to work till 5 minutes after he's dead.
Wow. That's a great phrase.
Yeah. Because he's going to be CG and everything, and he's going to be just like...
Yeah.
So yelling at people, telling them what to do.
Someone will be like, how do you like it?
Delete? I got to delete Grandpa.
Oh my gosh. Just
Don't you dare.
Episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I haven't watched that show in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And there's 17 seasons.
Jeez.
I know it, but this one, like I've only seen 2 episodes and both of them have made me laugh way too hard. Just like season 1.
Yeah.
It's good to have something to have right now, honestly.
Before Danny DeVito.
Wasn't he always on it?
I thought he was always on it.
No.
Huh.
First couple seasons, at least the first season he was on.
I guess then I only count when he starts.
Oh. Yeah, it's like one of the, it's Riker getting the beard, then it gets good.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a first season of like Star Trek that is arguably okay, you know, and then Riker gets his beard and everything's...
Yeah.
Wow.
Danny DeVito is the beard.
Is the beard, yeah.
Oh,
I actually felt like it was too over the top after he joined, but that was me. Like I watched 4 episodes in one day and I'm like, I feel worse about humanity now.
I mean, I don't disagree like that. Yeah. Too much of those characters kind of reminds you of the real people in real life you kind of know that are just as dumb as them.
We as we all think
name names,
yeah.
We put a little bubble above our heads and we'll put like
flash some images.
But let us address the elephant of the room. There is a new setup. You're more of a porpoise. Don't worry.
Porpoise and proud.
Yeah.
It's because you have a big blowhole.
We all need a porpoise.
I was trying to do something serious here, but now he just derailed me.
Try.
Yeah, try.
Elephants do that.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a new little place here. So welcome to our new studio. Decided to change it up a little bit. We kind of cat-proofed it a little bit. I know you'll miss Sibby, but you know she's a pain and we love her.
We might bring her back every once in a while.
There might be bonus content.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got a little bit of books from authors that we got here, gaming, movies, alien face hugger, just in case someone gets belligerent, you know.
Our own little library.
Library. Yeah, so.
No libations, but
no libations?
Okay. Oh. I mean, none that I can see.
Well.
They don't know what's in the cups. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's straight cocaine. Oh, no. I drink my cocaine. I don't know how you guys get it.
Cocaine, but Kool-Aid.
It's like cocaine tea. There is coca tea.
Yeah, there's true. It's like,
you can get it in Colombia.
Oh, didn't you, when your parents went to Peru, they could have gotten that for the altitude sickness?
Yeah. But they couldn't because they have government jobs.
The drug dogs will take it away.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they just could have it there.
Yeah.
But if they got tested.
Yeah.
No. They couldn't bring themselves home and go to their job.
Yeah, and
or the dogs would eat them instead.
Yes.
Yeah. That's just a way of life, you know, a circle of life. It's a circle of life. But yeah, welcome to Bards and Balladeers.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. We are Bards and Balladeers. I am Rio,
I'm Kate.
I'm Oscar.
as always, and we're happy to bring you to this new space, and we're going to continue on trucking along, doing what we're doing, and having fun, and having a little conversation with you all. So we are a podcast about a narration story in all forms, whether it be movies, music, jazz,
Even books.
books,
Yes.
books sometimes.
Just kidding.
But we are authors. We're all authors, so we like to talk about this stuff, and it helps us kind of explore some of these different avenues, helps us get a little better at the craft, and we get to share it with you. So that's kind of fun. If you are watching us here on YouTube or listening on Spotify, you can actually watch on Spotify too. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon too, if you like. So you have many options to listen to us. So please do like us and subscribe. It really helps us out. We have a Discord as well. Just a nice little place to kind of monkey about and just be unadulterated a little bit there, and extra behind the scenes stuff, exclusives, all that good jazz.
Maybe sometimes sneak peeks. Episodes.
Or stuff that I cut out of these actually recordings, and they're kind of like, I don't know if we're gonna put that on YouTube. They might they might cancel us. But all our links and everything in the description below, including the Discord links and our links. But yeah, so for now, the only special thing that we have right now is our new studio, which we're very happy about. And hopefully we'll get some more guests in the future, actually, because we haven't done it in a few.
Yeah, I got a couple people in the hopper. I'll get back to them this week, I think.
Excellent.
Okay. Very cool. But yeah, so today we are talking about Behind the Mask. And this was a kind of a weird topic that we were mulling about. And I wanted to do this because I kept on seeing things in movies and mostly movies, but where they'll have characters and they'll have people who are just so pivotal to the role, and they almost like, I don't want to say humanize them, because they become more than what they are. So for example, we have people like V for Vendetta, V from that. The Mandalorian was a good recent example. Halo, Master Chief and everything. And Halo is a different kind of situation because you are playing as a Master Chief, but he becomes that kind of avatar for you. Like when these characters become avatars and they're not, well, I guess Avatar might be even an example, but they become that symbol, that means of how we project into the world, or how they are doing what we cannot. Superheroes, maybe even to a lesser extent, are kind of under this umbrella too. So it's just kind of that idea. And I wanted to hear what you guys think. I know that, when I brought this to us, it was kind of a discussion back and forth about how we would handle this. So it's just kind of, a lot of examples.
Sort of makes me think of keyboard warriors. Like I don't know. I feel like we all know people who they're lovely in person. You can be friends, whatever. But then as soon as they get behind a keyboard, it's like they turn into internet trolls.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember there was a meme. There was like 2 dogs on either side of a fence barking rabidly at each other. And it's like, this is people on the internet. And then someone removes the fence and they just kind of like stop barking and sniff at each other and look at each other awkwardly. And then he puts the fence back and they go right back to the angry barking.
I just saw a video
so accurate
of that, where it was like a pit bull and like a chihuahua.
Yeah.
And then it was a screen door. So they kind of moved it and everything. And the pit bull kind of stood there. He wasn't backing up, but the chihuahua was like, he looks at the screen like, please help me. Like, I don't know what I've gotten into.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a funny thing. Like it's easy when you feel protected or you're anonymous or what have you.
When there's that barrier between you, how do people treat you differently?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it reminded me of.
Positive or negative too is interesting. It's like you kind of create it leaves room for creating your own narrative in a way. And that anonymity like helps perpetuate that, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, positive or negative, like Master Chief on one side, he's a hero.
Yeah.
On another side, he's an icon of, doom. And destruction.
They call him the devil, or the demon. The demon. He's like, what do you want, demon? And whenever they see him, he's known.
Who's they?
Sorry, the Covenant. The elites and the grunts and everything. And that's the thing is like he's become in that like almost mythos to the bad guys, the Covenant. as the like harbinger of doom. Like you see this guy, he's not just a man in a power suit. He is the bringer of destruction. And to have like, and as soon as like you learn about like what Master Chief's like motivations are, or like if, cause this is where I think it loses it for me a little bit. Cause I watched the entire season or 2 seasons of the TV show, and they're constantly taking off his helmet. They were constantly like, and I think it's one of these like kind of actor things where it's like, my contract says my face needs to be on screen for at least 15% of the time or something like that. And I'm just like, no. You're playing this character, and people like, it's almost one of those things too, where I think when you don't show the character, you can almost, not empathize, but put yourself into that place. You can more connect with a lot of these characters because you're not worried about all the extra stuff other than what their purpose is for. And it's not like dehumanizing them. It's just like, this is a story that we're telling. Doing anything extra, like what they did in TV series, was just like, it detached them from what they were. And it's not like, I'm not saying like Master Chief doesn't have desires or wants or anything like that. It's just, it's not important to the story, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then
what's important to the story is the actual reason why Master Chief is there.
Yeah.
And then
stop the covenant, you know?
Right. And I think you kind of started talking about something that I liked, that each person can find what they like in that thing, like in this case, Master Chief, and can connect with it. And that's what makes that like faith or trust or whatever stronger. Maybe in a way.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I also sort of feel like if you are an actor who wants people to know your name, be remarkable on the screen with the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For example, the Stig from Top Gear.
Oh my God.
People
right?
Googled so much, like, who is the Stig? Who is the Stig? And the identity was kept secret. And that just made people want to know even more.
Right.
And then I think eventually when he left the show, like then identity was revealed or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know
but
that,
I think you had to look it up still. But
sure.
But yeah, I mean, that's a perfect example. Like we're deliberately not naming this person and who are they?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because it doesn't matter who they are.
Right.
It matters that they're Stig, and that's it. Like,
and it matters why they're there.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that they're just this trusted expert, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
real world.
Neutral, like he wouldn't talk back or they wouldn't talk back, you know. And it just, I forgot about the Stig. Thanks for bringing up that example. I freaking loved Top Gear.
Yeah.
Because like you saying, and to your point, it's always about the actions they take. It's always about that. And the Mandalorian too, you learned everything about who they were through their actions, and then their whole mythos, or like the code of honor or whatever, you know, this is the way, you know. And it was fascinating because you were like, just it's a lot of things, you know. I always liked nature programs and everything, because like a lot of times you just follow and you infer from what you see. Like you watch a nature program, you watch a cougar go after, you know, a bunny or whatever. You don't need anything other than watching what that is, and you can like infer a lot from just watching it. I feel like that's what these people do. Becomes, again, it always sounds like I'm dehumanizing them, but it's not, because it's just like they don't want you or need you to know anything other than how they are going to put their purpose on the world. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I think this is very well said too, because like I'm going to steal another one of your examples, but in the case of like Jaws and the movie, you know, not seeing the monster the entire time, like in that case, they do want to dehumanize,
depersonalize.
Depersonalize that creature. Not, of course, you know, Spielberg never like, it's not like he was like down with sharks. No, but just for the sole purpose of creating this horror story.
Suspense.
And the suspense. And then the reveal at the end, which I think part of it was also too, just because the shark like thing just kept not functioning properly. And I think that's one of the reasons why we actually don't see it throughout the entire film. Yeah, Bruce. Which I think is funny, but added to the like almost like mythos of that like villain character.
Right, we're making it a little less predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know there's a Doctor Who episode too, old Doctor Who, where this topic comes up in, you know, like late stage, you know, futuristic societies that have a lot of robots. They're like anthropomorphic robots with faces. And people have this thing called robophobia because they don't have tells, they don't have expressions or body language. And so you can't read the code behind what they're doing. You can't read intent. And so that freaks people out. It's just like if you see someone in a Guy Fawkes mask, as most people would know, an anonymous mask, the group Anonymous.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, it's this group of serious hackers, not some neckbeard from Idaho,
Right. Especially because of what they can do.
Right.
Like, you look at that guy and you just laugh and like, criticize or whatever, and judge him for that.
Right.
But when that's the whole, if you've watched V for Vendetta, Guy Fawkes, V wears a Guy Fawkes mask. And it becomes a movement where everybody starts wearing it. And then it becomes farther than just him because he wanted to instill all that power into the people to let them know that as a group, they have the power, and then they all become that symbol, they all become, he extends to all of them, and that's why I think it's so powerful because it becomes a message. It becomes a meaning that isn't just like, or even in music, let's bring this in music a little bit. There's two songs I think about, like when you play the Halo song, ding, like it's that first chord and it's that first thing, or My Chemical Romance.
Welcome to the Black Parade
is a one note. Ding.
It's a G.
Yep. And you hear it and you can take it a bunch of people. It's like, what song is this? Ding. And it just becomes like, it's that first song,
Yeah. That's like that's sort of that's even a game, like identify the song off of first three notes or something. But like even to kind of wed those two together, like masks and sound, like sound masking, like vocal masking that Anonymous does.
Sure.
Like that way they sound serious and, and foreboding. And instead of like, actually what I'm going to do is,
right.
It's like however the person might actually sound. Yeah. I know I'm stereotyping a bit there. So
right.
Sorry, computer nerds. I do respect y'all.
We do.
The world doesn't work without you. So
yeah.
But
you make all my favorite stuff.
Uniformity too, I think is interesting in all of this because there's across, I think, several generations. It's not just one generation that wants to be unique. Like I think it's just like a human thing. And so it's interesting then to see this taken on its head, like everybody wearing the same mask, everybody wearing like Mandalorians wearing the same uniform. I don't know if all the people in Halo wear the same like uniforms.
All
as
the
Master Chief.
Spartans do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or some variation of that Spartan armor, but yeah.
So then that uniformity, like that as a concept on its own is also interesting to me because like, it's almost like you're taking away your own personal uniqueness to then be like this thing.
Sure.
For a purpose, I guess it always tends to be for a purpose, but like why we would then want to do that is an interesting concept to me. Do you have thoughts?
Well, it's reminding me of a really good scene in Dead Poet Society to this point, where the teacher, Robin Williams, is telling everybody to come up with their own walk. And like half of the people are walking and half are just in the circle watching. And the people walking, they all start with, their own individual gait. But then pretty soon they all start marching in time and everyone in the circle starts clapping. And he ends the exercise and he says, okay, this is a lesson in conformity. If you noticed, everyone started with their own idiosyncratic walk, it has their own flavor, but then they all fell into line. And for all of you who weren't walking, who said, well, I would have walked differently, ask yourselves, why were you clapping?
Sure, yeah.
And it's that, that desire to find connection, that I want to be different just like everybody else. When you add the just like everybody else part, it's like, all right, are you really wanting to be different, or do you want to conform to a group that sees itself as different from the norm, which is its own form of conformity,
Right. And with this said too, then, I mean, how do you guys, have you used this type of concept in any of your writings, whatever? Because I have one character that wears a mask in a way, but actually, but it's like from his people. So it's like, it's not cultural in a way where it's like ceremonial. Sorry, it's not ceremonial. It's just they live in like a sort of tundra like place, and wearing it helps like environmentally like to keep warm and from
you use like the Inuit like slit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's very inspired by that. So when he then goes to a different place, it then becomes unique to him and sort of like helps him stay,
he's like
anonymous.
One of those people, like they know.
And they do. So I've never really thought about it too much with like does he become a symbol? And he kind of does in its own way. No spoilers. But have you guys used it? And do you think like there's like good and bad ways of doing it? Or I don't know. Those are my questions.
I think I haven't done it as much with actual masks, but one way you see it in pirate fiction is pirate flags.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of the time privateers or pirates would have their own emblem on a flag so that people could identify them. It wasn't always just a generic skull and crossbones. I mean, initially it was just a black flag.
Okay.
And then the people started putting symbols on it. And
to be different.
Right. But also your reputation can be just as effective, like with the Dread Pirate Roberts, you know, and Princess Bride. If people know who you are, they might be more likely to surrender if they know I'll be treated well if I surrender.
Sure.
And so you'll find like, you know, the different pirate captains or whatever in my own stories often have a different flag, whether it's a privateer or a pirate flag, there's a different emblem on it. And also you'll see a lot of the time crews will masquerade like we're a Spanish ship today. Like they'll repaint the name of the ship in Spanish or something and change the colors, raise the Spanish flag, practice certain like on deck phrases in Spanish.
Sure.
Just to blend in with that group and be able to get access to different places if there's like a patrol or something.
Right.
So I've used that sort of thing. That's the name of my second book, True Colors. Comes from a nautical phrase, which is when you're sailing under the false flag, that's your false colors.
Yeah.
And so when you hoist your real flag, you're showing your true colors.
Sure.
And so that's
not
where
the song. I see. I was just waiting for the song to show up in the book.
You were waiting for the
lyrics.
True colors to shine through.
That's right. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But yeah, so for the sake of reputation, and also blending in, you know, whether it's, you know, like you can even just, you know, raising the correct flag, even if you're not on the same side of an actual conflict.
Yeah.
If you actually can, you know, like I believe, like if you're a Spanish pirate or something and, you know, well, we're Spanish and we're Spanish waters, let's raise the Spanish flag. Right. You know, you're not really allied with the people you're pretending to be. And you see narcissists do that all the time. There's no such thing as an ideological narcissist. There's only they wear ideologies like clothing to get them closer to the people they want to exploit.
Whenever, they need it. Yep.
Yeah. So
I can see
that's how it shows up in my own writing, including my nonfiction.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't like to answer your question. I don't have anyone specifically like that wears a mask, but I do have, like you say, people of reputation, people who are known. Like I have a race of characters called the Alfir. And they injure easily, and they don't go into battle and everything. They have other people do their work basically, but they're very smart and they're very, you know, shrewd, you know, business people, and they go into politics and stuff like that. They're that kind of people. And then they have other people like the Children of Men, the Human, who do their work for them. But there's one guy who he has like, cause they're not just smart. They're actually like very agile, and they're like quick to reaction and everything, but no one still wants to put themselves in a battle where they might die, but he does. And he's been untouched, and he hasn't gotten marked or like hurt in any battle, and he lives through it all. So it becomes kind of like the ghost, or like the spectre or whatever, you know, he's like the ghost, a specter and everything. And everybody believes like in this like mythos now that there's this Alfir who would dare to go into battle and to be in the military and has never been touched, you know? So it's one of those things where I like the idea where like we're talking, I think it happens in a lot of like military settings. We've been talking about a lot of military stuff.
Yeah, insignia and badges.
Yeah. That it just seems like when you can put forth that kind of idea, or the like legends, or even like Achilles and, you know, and all that stuff, and how he was like an untouchable warrior, and any kind of like gods or anything that comes from Greek or Roman mythology. It's all just putting forth that idea behind something that may not even be real.
Something like, reliable, something you can rely on.
Yeah.
So you don't have to interrogate the person, like a resume, really.
Sure.
You know, like show me your resume, show me you're employable without me having to get to know you.
Yeah. Sell me this pen.
But like, you know, like Dr. Yue's in the first Dune movie, and I think in the books, like there's like sign of imperial conditioning.
Oh, sure.
That means he can be trusted.
Yeah.
And then we all learn.
Okay, yeah, you cannot. Yeah.
Or, you know,
only until it benefits him, right?
Yeah. Or like in my own the second book, like the Inquisition insignia, like don't mess with the Inquisition. They can denounce you as a heretic.
Oh, sure.
Without really a lot of evidence. And you don't want that. But what about you? Have you found occasion to use that sort of thing?
You know, just with that one character mostly, but as you two are talking, I feel like something that seemed like a reoccurring thing is that whenever these symbols are used, there's always a following of some kind, like some kind of either like groupthink or, you know, like people just wanting to follow whoever this is. And as opposed to like the Jaws, you know, idea,
Sure.
I guess there are people that do become fascinated by it, you know, and want to mom mentality, like get it. But just the idea of these followers also fascinates me.
There's an argument in theological circles that different faiths have that like don't worship idols, false idols thing is about like maintaining the teachings rather than just following the symbols because the symbols are one stage divorced from the actual meaning.
Sure.
And so you can actually twist a symbol. You can't necessarily twist like actions and authenticity and behavior.
Yeah.
You can hide behind symbols. And like, even the whole like thing in Islam of like, you know, don't draw a false prophet. Like I had an Uber passenger once who said, that's all that is it's about, not worshiping false idols. It's the same thing. It's just translated differently by all the dogma in the last several centuries. And now it's become this other thing.
I'm starting to think too of like, if there's any examples of how something has been made to like propagandize something that's not even true or like real. Like, and because it's also that falsity of the idea or like this guy's killed like 300 men all by himself, but it really hasn't, but they keep building it up and everything. So he becomes, what was the movie where like, or show we're watching? He's like, you have to be the president or whatever for a while or something. And then we were watching a show where they made this guy, he's like, I don't want to. And he's like, it was Solar Opposites. Or like, so this guy, he didn't want to be president and everything, but people feared him, but he had like lost his memory. So he doesn't remember being this bad guy, but they were using him as the evil president to like make him do all this stuff. Cause they would listen to him, even though the guy was like, no, I just want to like take pictures of flowers or something like that. You know, it's just the idea where you can use something or the idea of something that's not even true or real to be that symbol, to be that was a prophet almost, you know?
Right. Is that the lines along which you were noticing, you know, that we were all talking about, like how symbols can be used that way.
Right. And that was one of my other questions too, is just why do we enjoy these stories that have these types of characters so much? And so as I was thinking about it, I'll go first. Because I end up enjoying like V for Vendetta. I mean, I don't know much about like the Halo games or anything or the TV show, but
the music.
Love the music, which is, I mean, kind of ties into it too. It's the, you know, the drummer boy, you know, marching along with the soldiers in a way. But like even like Captain America, what other examples do we have? Like what's puppets? Daft Punk one makes it just about the music. Like you brought that up once, but
sure, that's a great example though.
They're like the Stigs of the music industry.
Yes. Can you imagine like them all just sitting at a table together, not talking? Yeah.
Work it.
I want to see them like do a thing where like they do their version of The Distance and have the Stig driving, you know? Like no faces in this video.
Yeah, right. Because then you concentrate on what matters.
Yeah.
You concentrate on the music.
And that I think is one of the reasons why I enjoy these characters, because it takes away like, okay, usually they have like a silhouette that's like kind of attractive in some way, shape or form, right?
Sure.
But it takes away like the vanity kind of certain characters, like people that are usually like charismatic leaders, like they usually are beautiful or whatever. They have to be attractive for people to follow them. But these faceless ones, like it just, The Mandalorian is a good example too. Like you just take away the baloney of the blow, you know, extra phrases that some characters have, And it just gets to like the meat of the situation. Like, what does the Mandalorian say in the first episode? Something about I'll take him in cold or
yes. Take you in now or take you in cold or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Look, there must be some mistake. I can get you more credits.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Which great starting line. Like the first thing he says, like
it is. And so like, I guess I really haven't answered why I enjoy them. I just rambled a bit, but I just enjoy them because they're usually just, I don't know, straight to the point. Like,
I think one reason people enjoy them is because they are more participatory without making when they're flagging as less participatory, because it's like, quick, don't think of what this person looks like. You're going to think of what they look like.
That's
the
true.
human brain likes to fill in gaps.
Yeah.
That's how you get a lot of conspiracy theories. Like, just deny access to information. You will get 100 different ideas of what's going on. Or, you know, if you don't explain what thing happens, like people's minds will fill in the gap.
always.
And so it's kind of doing that. You're allowed to mythologize people. If you really restrict the information about, like, you know, if you don't know, like, okay, who are Daft Punk or who is Iron Man, all that kind of stuff. So
I am Iron Man.
The more you can mythologize them, the more you're sort of participating in telling the story. They don't even have to tell it.
Yeah.
Just like those wide shots when someone gives bad news to someone else, and you can't hear anything. You just see it at a distance. You're filling that in.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's going to be more poignant and more meaningful than what they could write.
Right. Because the feeling, because that's a hard thing to portray as a feeling, right?
Right.
And because again, it's like to bring it in the kind of opposite way too, is like in horror, like when you have that silhouette of a monster, you know, something is just very unhuman. Like you see it for a second and everything. And then immediately you have like a reaction, like a feeling, you know, they don't say nothing other than seeing and feeling that. Even like dissonant music too is an example of that. But with horror, like you don't care why the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what's his name?
Leatherface.
Thank you. I don't watch horror, so sorry. But you don't care what he's doing. You just need to know that he's going after people. Like Freddy's going after people because in their dreams because he can. Like, you know, it's just, and it's one of those things, because I was actually thinking about Stranger Things recently. And when you first watched, do you watch this first season?
I have not.
You get the Gorgon, the Demigorgon. It's and it's just a name of a monster that they gave from one of their D&D campaigns. And you see it, and it's just very much, it's just this force, like he's just trying to kill the kids because they got into the upside down and all this stuff. And then as slowly as the story goes, there's like a bad guy who has got a purpose and everything. And it's just like, do we really care? Well, can it be just this unruly, like other world that's trying to infiltrate into ours and killing our people? And they're trying to find a way to stop it, but they put all this other stuff into there. They try to give them motivation and all this stuff. And that's fine and everything. But those bad guys only work sometimes when they have like really big motivations, when they're like human. And when they're the monster, it's like you don't care about why they want to do it, just that they're monster and you need to take them out. You know, I feel kind of iffy about like when you even show the monster too. But if you show the monster, you gotta like hit that good, and it's gotta be believable and scary. Like, again, you don't care about why the aliens are trying to kill the humans, other than they need the humans to impregnate them and to make more of them. That's the only thing you need to know. You know,
you can also use lack of information to debunk things. Like so for example, this happens a lot with conspiracy theories. Like, just restrict a bunch of information. People come up with wild conspiracy theories that sound really credible. And then all you got to do is prove one piece of it wrong. And now you've discredited a whole group of people by just not sharing information.
Sure.
And that it makes people feel like you have credibility because you discredited these people. But all you've really done is not tell anyone anything.
Sure.
And so you can use it to manipulate.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, kind of like Battlestar Galactica, like who's a Cylon.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and if like the one dude, Gaius, what's his face?
Oh, Balsa
happens to be right about one guy being a Cylon because he's like, this guy's like inconveniently like noticing things.
Sure.
happens to be right. It's like, okay, now he's got credibility.
Right.
But so you can use it to manipulate credibility for others, for yourself. And I think that that's another reason people like those stories is like, what's really going on?
Yeah. Yeah. It adds
The
the
mystery,
intrigue.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
But we forgot one of the biggest like mask person is Darth Vader. You know, one of the biggest, like, because again, he was Darth Vader. He didn't have to be anything else. Like, even when they you saw his face at the end of Return of the Jedi. It's just like, that's not what I thought about, but okay, I guess.
Demythologized the guy at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he becomes as a blue Goey, and that's cool and everything. But then they retconned it and put Christian Haydenson as the person, you know.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why I get that mixed up, but
You're dyslexic.
whatever.
It's okay.
It's fine. I've got an excuse.
That I do think that deep myth. What did you say?
Mythologizing.
Demythologizing. Really does. I mean, turn the narrative on its head too. Like everything you thought about this character, then you might actually understand Luke a little bit more of why he didn't want to give up on his father. I don't know.
Well, that was just who he was and everything. Yeah, he just believed in people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know. That's why we won't watch The Last Jedi.
I think it was funny too, watching what is it, Force Awakens, the 7th movie, whatever, with
Ray?
The guy, Adam Driver's
Kylo Ren.
Ren, when he first takes his mask off, and he's just a dude.
Yeah.
One of the reactions by several of the audience, including my friend Zach, was like, this is just pathetic, you know, like not by the production, but it made that character seem more pathetic.
Right.
Yeah.
Because with Darth Vader, there's a reason he's got the mask on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was like, you know, physically messed up and everything. Yeah. This guy is just being a poser.
He's cosplaying.
And and he comes across that way.
Yeah.
And it actually really does fairly well define a large aspect of his character.
Yeah. And being manipulated too. Yeah. Obviously it gets to a point where like your choices are your choices and you can only blame the way that you were indoctrinated, manipulated, however you want to phrase it. So much, like eventually that is your choice. And I think Kylo is an interesting character because of that. Unfortunately, like just bad, like script, bad directing, because Adam Driver is fantastic.
Yeah,
like
I love Adam Driver. And so is Daisy Ridley.
Oh my
Fantastic.
I've also heard, believe it or not, I've heard good things about Hayden Christensen.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, but like good luck going up against Lucas on stuff. You know, you have to be Harrison Ford to do that successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's hard because it's just like, and again, we all have our feelings and ideas about how things should go about. And it's, you know, it's not our company, it's not our stories, but you know, when we analyze these things and we try to think about them is because we see what can be and what is and everything and how it can be used so well. And just if they can get past the, like, I don't even want to say egos of people, but I really feel that's kind of it. You know, sometimes just like you don't need to see your face, be that person, because at a point, Pedro Pascal was doing The Mandalorian and he was doing everything. He was doing the voice. He was doing all the character work inside the suit, but it's like, nah, this is taking too much. People care more about the baby Yoda, Grogu. So he's like, I'll just do the voice. And then someone else was doing all the character acting and everything. And it's just like, but then like, there's a lot to be portrayed through those actions and it's important, you know? And then like when they wanted to show his face because he showed his face to a robot, so it's okay. He's not supposed to show it to any human, I guess, or remember that?
I think he does also in the episode where he's at the village.
He does,
and
but
they're
no one sees him.
hiding. I don't know. I fill in my own narrative to that. I really do. Like it's symbolic where he like let his guard down, you know, and while they were safe there. Right. But again, that's my own, I guess, interpretation.
Yeah. And then V for Vendetta and everything, you never see his face.
No.
And there's one flash where you see his like mangled face and everything, but that's it. And it's quick. It's like less than 5 seconds. Like, you know, and that's all you need. You just need to know is like, it's not pretty under there. So let's leave it at that. Like, you know,
so again, the purpose that this kind of serves for us, like as writers, as whatever, you know, medium, I feel like the anonymity of it, the not concealing, just revealing like just enough, like you were saying, really can be very powerful, but more so like visually rather than like in written form. I feel like the use of flags, I think, is a good one. You know, that makes sense in your genre and whatnot. But I'm just trying to think of other ways, like music too. I think music themes are like Darth Vader is only half of. Okay, what am I trying to say? His theme is like just as important as his outfit. It's
Right.
As important as his voice.
It steers you to think and feel a certain thing when you see him.
Yeah.
Because the theme is playing at the same time. It's this imposing,
Yeah.
rigid, imperial theme, you know?
Yeah.
And they use that in all kinds of shows and movies. Again, I mentioned a previous example with Lost, where it's like you have no reason to feel trepidation about this character if they weren't like doing the camera angle and the music right then to make that
Sure.
come to the foreground. But also, like, there's a guy who busts scammers online.
Oh, I love those
And
videos.
He has a voice modulator that makes him sound like an old lady.
He's the guy with the glasses, the black glasses. He does that darker hair.
I don't think so. I think it's a
Okay,
different
maybe
guy.
different.
But,
Okay,
but
yeah.
like he uses the voice of an old lady.
Yeah.
Because those are, I think, those are stereotypically the people who are most susceptible to
Yes.
scams.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
you know, elderly women, whatever. Like, just I'm trusting old lady, and meanwhile he's hacking their
Computer.
like
Yeah.
their computer and like freaking them out.
He's like, and you can see they're like going to
Yeah.
their computers or their cameras, and they can see into the facility, and then you can see them like, what? Like, you know, and they start
Right.
freaking out. That's always
That's
great.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Like you have really the whole point of replacing your persona with some kind of mask. Like, you know, we talked about, like, you know, there's like Kiss, you know,
Yeah.
musically and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
If you really want to be anonymous, you don't replace your identity with some other built up identity, even if it's like mythologized. You just don't say anything. Like, you know, when George Michael would, he did a lot of philanthropic work that only came out after he died because people, he said, I'll help this person on the condition that they can't know it was me.
I like that.
So he'd pay for people's surgeries and stuff like that. But he's not like, you know, you're not building up a persona who's like, oh, this persona, like, you know, Batman donated your surgery, whatever.
Yeah.
So when you want to actually convey some kind of other performance or make it about some kind of performance, that's when you put on the Kiss face paint and
Right.
do all the things.
Helps
or
you
put on,
conquer your stage fright, you know?
right. And then the
Mhm.
Daft Punk helmets.
Right.
Mhm.
So there's an anime called DMC, and it stands for Detroit Metal City, I think. Anyways, so there's this guy, he's trying to get into music, but he wants to do like happy and like instrumental, like guitar about like, I love strawberries. Like it's weird, but he finds out that he gets into like an audition for like a rock metal band, and he finds out he's really good at it. And like, and everybody loves his music, but he just wants to do the other music. So every time he like puts on this like paint and blonde wig and everything, and he's just like and he's just like singing songs and everything, and it's ridiculous, but he's just like a very mild manner. He's never like slept with anybody before. He's just like a normal Japanese kid, but he's so amazing at when he transforms into this other person, you know. And I was thinking, because I laughed, you saw me, I was like, one of the ideas I think about too is like Twitter and the Wendy's account.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't know if it's one person or if it's like a team person, but like Wendy's is notorious. The food chain is notorious for roasting people online.
Mhm.
And it's just the funniest stuff. And like,
and it's always that Wendy's face
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
on the account. You
Yeah.
know?
and it could be anybody, but they maintain that. And it doesn't matter which person in that team of people who are coming up with these roasts.
Mhm.
It's just that they do, and people go to it for that reason, you know?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's easy to say, I think, that we love this concept
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form, even if it's like kind of ambiguous in a way. So we can definitely I feel like there's room for us to explore it more, like in specific genres or specific like mediums. So if you have anyone in particular or any examples that you guys have, let us know, because we have only the ones that we've seen.
Yeah. I know
Um,
we talked about Macross Plus here and there.
Oh, true.
Like Sharon Apple is like, oh, it's a virtual. It's not really.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, like anything that you guys have seen or read, you know, examples from books, examples from music, anything like that. Yeah, if you want us to drill down on any of it, do a more deep dive on it, let us know.
Let us be your puppets. Yeah, we'll do
It's on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Muppets and puppets, but maybe another time.
We could do like our own like Muppets and Puppets episode. I feel like
I want like
where we're actually puppets.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am a puppet.
For me to poop on.
Hey. I'll show you Trav sometime. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh gosh. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We are Bars and Balladeers.
I am Rio.
I'm Kate.
I'm Oscar.
And we'll check you guys next time. Good day.
Bye.
Good night.
Good day, mate.